Yana, we're going to work. Okay, Yana, we're going to look at your chipping technique that we worked on in our last session. Now, one of the things that I did is I wanted you to feel the putting stroke and how that feeling is incorporated with the chipping swing. So this video is of you putting from off the green, and let's take a look at that. You can see how you're holding that finish right now, and that's the thing I want you to have, not only with your putting stroke but with your chipping stroke. You've also kept your arms very straight here. Very good. Now we're going to see you apply that technique to a chipping club. So now, instead of a putter, you have this. I think this is like a pitching wedge. And again, you've held your finish. You have your arms straight. That's a very good chipping technique, and one that the more you practice it, the more comfortable you'll be. Take a look at just a couple of the positions for this chipping technique. One of the things that I talked about was the importance of having a shaft lean so that the hands are in front of the golf ball. There's no question you have your hands in front of the ball and you've created a strong shaft lean. What that does is it allows you to hit down into the chip instead of trying to swing up into it, and that's what you want to do. You want to make sure that the low point of your golf swing is in front of the golf ball, and by putting your hands in front, you create that low point there. Now, you actually have overdone this a little bit. I want the left arm to kind of be the lead arm for the swing, so that this is almost a radius of a circle, so that I would like your hands to be more on this line here, so that a line from your shoulder to the ball, that the left arm is sitting on that line. So if you move your hands more to the center, you'll still have a shaft lean. It just wouldn't be quite as much as you have now. So I'd bring those hands back just a little bit, and so that you almost feel like you have a straight line from the left through the left arm and down the club, and that would be a little bit better setup. Now this is a little bit later in the chipping session where we talked about setting those hands a little bit more in line with the shoulder, and you can see how you made a big improvement here. This was your setup before, and then this is your setup now. Much better. Much better. Here you can see where your hands are. You've got that left arm on the line, whereas here you had your hands too far forward. So continue to work on that feeling here. You still have a good shaft lean. So you've accomplished the goal of putting your hands in front of the ball, which is the main thing. But now your left arm will be in a better position to swing the club. Now we're going to take a look at your driver swing from down the line. Now we're going to look at different positions of the swing. Setup here looks really good. You've got a nice extension in this arm. You flexing your knees in a good athletic posture. You have a good tilt in your spine here. So that's very good. Now here we are in the 3 position when you're about halfway back with your backswing. I like the fact that you are turning the hips. You're not keeping your hips static. and just trying to take the club back with your upper body, you're taking the club back with both the lower and upper body. So you're rotating this hip. I like the fact that you're letting this leg extend while the left leg flexes, this knee. One of the things that you have done is that you have stood up a little bit here. You did not maintain that tilt. So you've gotten a little bit taller, and so now you are set up a little bit too high. And if you swung from this position, you probably would top the ball. You would probably swing too high on the ball because you've lifted up a little bit. Now we're at the top of the backswing where you've taken it back as far as you're going to take it. What we can see here is one, that you have bent this left arm quite a bit, and that's more of a product of getting that grip. That heel of the left hand needs to be on top of that grip, and that'll help you keep that left arm straight. But the primary thing that you need to work on is this spine angle. Now you're almost straight up. Now what you're going to do in order to correct this, or is you started the swing with a spine angle like this, halfway back that spine angle is more like that, and now it's here. So on the downswing, you're going to need to try to get back into the original angle so that you are lined up with the golf ball. And so during the downswing, you're going to have to tilt down more in order to return to the original position. The swing you want to develop is one where you learn how to take it back without ever changing this tilt. That you start with this tilt and stay in that tilt throughout the backswing and not have this up and down action. That's going to be too complicated and very difficult to have consistent contact with the golf ball. Now I have you at impact. You're just a fraction before you hit the golf ball. And I've drawn the green circle, and the green line here represents where your head was and where your spine angle was at the beginning of the swing when you set up to the ball. This is where your head was positioned, and this is where your spine tilt was. The white circle represents where your head ended up lifting up at the top of the backswing, and the white line here is how your spine lifted up. And so during the backswing, you move from where the green circle is to the white circle. Now this is impact, and you can see how your head is in a different place than where it started, and your spine is also just a little bit different. So you start at green, you lift up to white, and then you try to hit it red. And with that kind of movement going on, it's going to be very difficult, if not impossible, to place this club head on the golf ball in the same place every time. So one of the things that you need to work on is keeping your head still and the tilt in your spine the same all the way through the swing. We're going to look at Grant Waite, who's a PGA Tour player, from down the line. It doesn't have a driver, it has an iron, but we're going to see how he controls the spine angle. Here he is in the setup, and I've drawn a yellow circle on his head and a yellow line for the spine. Here he is at the top of the backswing, and he's kept his head in that yellow circle, and his spine angle is basically the same place it was when he started. Here he is at impact, and he is basically has his head still in that yellow circle. So during the backswing and during the downswing and all the way up to impact, he swung around his tilted spine. He did not lift and drop, but just swung around a stable and still spine. So as you continue to work on your fundamentals, you have to learn your swing in little pieces. And so I enjoyed working with you and having an opportunity to get you started on some good fundamentals. And when you get back home, and I hope you continue to play this great game and work on your fundamentals. I gave you a couple things to look at. Whoever you find to work with you, I know is going to be able to continue your progress. You've got a very good athletic movement and good essential foundation of fundamentals.